You reap what you sow, the power of habits in shaping your destiny. At the age of 15, I stumbled upon a profound Eastern proverb that forever altered my perspective. It dawned on me that while habits might initially seem to encroach upon our freedom by dictating our actions and consuming our time, they ultimately grant us a greater sense of liberation. Consider this. Lacking financial discipline relegates one to a life of constant financial strain, while neglecting health habits results in perpetual fatigue. As adults, we often fail to recognize the habits that silently govern our lives, and we underestimate the profound impact that seemingly minor changes can have over time. Cultivating new habits is a gradual process that transcends brief 30-day trials. It's crucial to realize that habit formation is not a linear progression. Its effects often remain imperceptible until a critical tipping point is reached, propelling us to new heights in life. Personally, it took me over 17 years to develop the 15 habits I'll be sharing with you today, and only now, at 32, can I fully appreciate their transformative influence. Attempting to adopt all these habits simultaneously is a recipe for frustration, burnout, and disappointment. Instead, focus on mastering one habit at a time, allowing it to become second nature before moving on to the next. This approach ensures sustainable progress and lasting change in the long run. These habits may appear straightforward and familiar, and I'm certain many of you have encountered them before. The challenge lies not in being unaware of these habits, but in failing to put them into practice. Let's explore the habits that have genuinely revolutionized my life. Taking initiative. I began cultivating this habit as I transitioned from high school to university. I realized that without proactive effort, nothing, neither opportunities nor life itself, would simply fall into my lap. It's not about frantically chasing every opportunity. Rather, it's about taking measured steps toward your aspirations. While I don't believe we can entirely control our lives, I'm convinced that assuming greater responsibility and embracing calculated risks leads to a more fulfilling life, a life that feels authentically ours. Being an executor, not merely a thinker. As an introvert who naturally gravitates toward introspection, I tend to contemplate extensively before acting. This habit helps me avoid overcomplicating matters and getting stuck in my thoughts. It's about prioritizing action over contemplation. I once encountered an image inspired by Auguste Rodin's sculpture, The Thinker, which left a profound impact on me and even influenced the design of our company's logo. Saving 50% of any income. At around the age of 20, I encountered the book The Richest Man in Babylon, which strongly advocated for living on a portion of your income and saving the rest. The principle of living on half your income and saving the other half not only provides a sense of financial security, but also ensures you always spend less than you earn. I initially started with saving 10% and gradually increased it over the years to reach 50%. I recommend starting small and gradually increasing your savings rate. Reading. Reading is a cornerstone of my learning process. When studying something new, I delve deeply into the topic and seek out the best authors. I have a separate video where I discuss my approach to style and personal development. If you feel ordinary and want to stand out, experimenting with your style can be transformative. Don't hesitate to try new things and pursue your interests. The results will be rewarding. Gratitude or prayer. While I personally believe in God and consider myself a person of faith, I do not adhere to any specific religion. I see no conflict between science and faith. To me, science reveals the laws that govern our world. Prayer, for me, is a practice of gratitude for everything I have. This habit is foundational to my life. Even if you are atheist or agnostic, I recommend taking a few minutes each day, perhaps before bed, to reflect on what you are truly grateful for. Physical exercise. Incorporating a 10-15-minute morning workout has been a long-standing habit of mine. By dedicating just a short amount of time each day to a workout focused on a specific muscle group or goal, you can observe significant progress over the course of a year. During periods of consistency, I aim for full workouts 3 times a week. However, during busier times, like now due to heavy workloads, I opt for simple, minimalist home workouts using kettlebells and dumbbells 1-2 times a week. Sleep hygiene. I prioritize my sleep hygiene by aiming to be in bed before midnight, ensuring my bedroom is well ventilated, avoiding eating and consuming alcohol at night, putting away electronic devices a couple of hours before bedtime, and indulging in some bedtime reading. These habits are key to my sleep routine. Organized workspace. Organized mind. When I feel overwhelmed and unsure where to start a task, I immediately tidy up my physical and digital workspaces. It's also essential to arrange your workspace ergonomically so you can easily transition between sitting and standing work. I've learned the hard way about the importance of proper workspace setup, having dealt with back issues. It's wise to prioritize this to avoid similar problems. I focus on controlling my environment rather than relying solely on discipline and willpower. Slowing down. Conversations with my parents have highlighted a significant generational difference in mindset between their generation and ours. We, in our 20s and 30s, often prioritize rapid success more than they did. However, my experiences and those of my peers have shown that being prepared for success is more crucial than achieving it quickly. I've been actively cultivating the habit of slowing down since the beginning of this year, and it has already had a positive impact on my psychological well-being. Previously, I struggled with the inability to switch off from work, often lying awake at night still consumed by thoughts of work. Now, I've learned to take breaks, let go of thoughts, and simply enjoy moments of silence, sipping tea, meditating, or gazing out the window. Decluttering. Simplifying my life by getting rid of unnecessary possessions and keeping only the essentials provides a remarkable sense of clarity and cleanliness that is incredibly satisfying. When I'm in the process of learning new skills, I tend to accumulate things and information, almost becoming the opposite of a minimalist. This allows me to immerse myself fully in the new topic. However, once I've gained enough knowledge and experience, I calmly let go of the excess and truly appreciate what remains. Digital minimalism. Every piece of content we consume has an impact on our mood, emotions, and overall psychological state, even if it's just background noise. Here are some key practices of digital minimalism that I adhere to. Turning off all notifications. Avoiding consuming political news excessively. The most important news will reach you. Unsubscribing from the majority of social media feeds. Keeping my phone away from my desk and bed. Setting time limits for social media apps. Avoiding electronic devices for 2-3 hours before bedtime. Designating 1 day per week to be device-free. Healthy eating. I make an effort to support local farms and markets for fresh produce. While I have experimented with reducing my consumption of sugary foods, I haven't completely eliminated sugar from my diet. Instead, I indulge in sugary treats only occasionally, typically no more than a couple of times a month. Additionally, I ensure that fruits, dried fruits, and nuts are easily accessible in my kitchen, making them the go-to choice for healthier snacks. Water drinking habit. I always keep a water bottle next to my bed, which I refill and bring with me to my desk throughout the day. I also use a stylish, reusable bottle for workouts and walks. Quality time with loved ones. I cherish my relationships with family and friends, many of whom I've known since childhood, school, and university. I value these connections not based on their status or how they can benefit me, but on the mutual understanding that we are there for each other in times of need. Journaling thoughts and emotions. On particularly hectic and emotionally charged days, I find solace in journaling. Sitting down with pen and paper, I unload my thoughts, fears, worries, and emotions. Confronting these feelings head-on rather than avoiding them not only helps me process them, but also allows me to look at them objectively and determine the best course of action. Another significant habit I've adopted is cold exposure. Having been prone to frequent colds since childhood, cold therapy has become a cornerstone of my lifestyle. For the past 3 months, I have taken a cold shower every single day without fail. Beyond the physical benefits, cold showers energize me, uplift my mood, and provide a cathartic release. Where else can you let out a yell and feel refreshed? It's crucial to recognize that these habits are not a cure-all, and life has its ebbs and flows. There may be times when you veer off track with certain habits, and that's okay. The key is having built these habits so that you can easily regain momentum and reinstate them. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What habits have truly transformed your life for the better?